There's only one point that I want to raise that hasn't been raised by the other speakers, and why we think the current system is so flawed and problematic. I just want to read you from state election law. It's 17-1-3.1, and it says, a person's residence for voting purposes is his or her fixed and established domicile. A person can have only one domicile, and the domicile shall not be considered lost solely by reason of, among other things, confinement in a correctional facility. So what that means is, even though the inmates at the ACI are presently counted as residents of Cranston for these redistricting purposes, they're actually statutorily denied the right to vote from there, even if they want to, even if they're authorized to under the law. And that, to me, seems to me to signal the ultimate unfairness of the way the process works now, and why we think this proposed bill is really an important one to make things fair and set this straight. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Any questions?
Thank you.
Representative Agello.
If a person were an inmate of the ACI on election day and had not yet been convicted of the crime for which they were being held in prison, that person would be eligible to vote, wouldn't they?
Yeah, there are actually two categories of individuals at the ACI who are eligible to vote. There are pretrial detainees who have not lost their right to vote, and there are also people serving sentences for misdemeanors. It is only people currently serving felonies who lose their right to vote while they are incarcerated. But in both of those categories, they would be entitled to get an absentee ballot from where they resided, even though they are being counted as a resident of Cranston for redistricting purposes. They can't vote for the city council person in Cranston that they supposedly are being represented by, even if they want to.
Exactly. That, I think, makes a very interesting, good point. So a portion of that population counted as in residence at the ACI for purposes of census is legally, for voting purposes, living elsewhere.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.